So, bro, childhood interesting story that you have, man. What you got?
There's a lot of. So,
Tell me one that that you just think about right now.
the one that we always bring up is with my siblings.
Mm.
My parents are old school. We used to get whoopings like beatings for like the dumbest stuff. I wouldn't say it was the dumbest stuff. We did some crazy stuff. Like
Yeah.
one of the things I used to do, I don't know why, I used to just burn my mom's mops. Like I used to set them on fire in the
Bro,
backyard, and then it just,
what the
yo,
pyro, man?
and my mom was like, "What's somebody's burning my mops?" And it was always me. I was like, well, I don't know, So now, but my mom, I love my mom to death, but and it's crazy because now when you talk to your parents and you tell them, "Oh, this is what you used to do," they try to act all innocent, like, "Oh, I
Yo.
never did that." Like, "Oh, you guys are exaggerating." But one thing is my sister. My sister used to get. She's the middle child, so my sister used to get it like the worst out of all of us, because anything my mom would drop something or hurt herself and blame my sister. If my sister was a couple feet away, one time, I mean, this is like the funniest story. My mom was she's preparing dinner, so my
Hmm.
sister washing dishes, and the way our kitchen was set up, the sink was on one side, and then the stove was like right across from it.
Hmm.
So my mom and my sister had kind of their back, against each other, a couple feet away, of course. So my mom turns on the stove, oil in the frying pan, and she ends up throwing a frozen piece of chicken in this hot oil. And you know how if chicken or any type of meat is frozen, it just
Yeah.
starts everything just starts like popping up. So my mom got burnt. Turns around and just started beating on my sister like it was her fault.
Yo.
All my sister was doing was just washing dishes. You know what I mean? And another time, my brother, we were like laying on the sofa. My brother was like sitting on the floor. My mom uh, was laying this way. My sister was laying, just the way we are. My mom was drinking something. I don't know what she was drinking. My brother just turned around and his elbow hit the cup. She spills it. Looks at my sister and just starts kicking her. Just like beating on her that way. So my sister always got it, and
Yo,
it
that's
was
so
never
messed
it
up,
was never
bro.
her fault.
That's so
So
messed up, bro.
even to today it's we always bring it up. My mom was like, I don't remember none of that.
Oh, they
You
never
know what I mean?
do,
So
bro.
they never.
They're like,
So
they're like,
uh,
oh, I didn't do that to you.
yeah. Another one is it was more with me. We were living in Puerto Rico, and I was at that age, like 8 or 9, and we never, at that age, you're kind of shy, like, you know, in front of people, you don't want to be talking, you don't want to be center of attention. So
Yeah.
we're driving up downtown. I was gonna go get a haircut, and we're about a block away from the barbershop. My mom was like, "Oh, get out here and start walking." Towards the barbershop because there was a lot of traffic,
Oh,
downtown.
okay. Yeah.
But I was like, I was scared, I was like 8, 9 years old. No, no. My mom's get out, walk up the street, and go to the barbershop. I said no like 3 times. My mom grabbed this huge purse she used to carry and just started beating on me. And the car is like shaking.
Bro.
And in Puerto Rico, everybody's just looking at you. So
Yeah, yeah,
I had to
yeah.
get out of the car anyways. My face is red. People are laughing. And to this day, my sister always brings that up. But she beat me like in like pretty much the Times Square, in Puerto Rico with a big
So
giant
everybody
purse.
knows about
Yeah,
it, bro. They be like,
everybody
oh,
remember
mira.
David getting beat by a purse.
Oh, look at that.
So,
Getting beat.
but I mean, there's more stories we share. But what about you?
Bro, so I was born in DR, right? So I came here to New York when I was like 8 or 7, and during that time, all I knew was Spanish, bro. So
Yeah,
once I got to the U.S., I think it was an ESL class. ESL, bro.
I had that class too.
People know about ESL.
Yeah,
Anyways, bro. So I had to learn, dude. I had to learn English quick. Like my dad, bro. There was a time when my dad was like, "Listen, you ain't gonna talk to me unless you speak English." Bro, and he would not listen to me. I talked in Spanish, he wouldn't listen to me. Like I had to literally learn English. The worst part, bro, about that was my mom was like, "All right, let's go to McDonald's, and I want you to order me a meal." I was like, "Yo, I literally just got here. I don't know." Yo, bro, but dude, I went to the I went to the front order. I was like, can I get two chicken? ¿Cómo se dice? Bro, it was so bad. Luckily, the lady it was kind of Spanglish, so she understood what I said, bro. But I was so embarrassed, bro, because my English was so horrible. Bro, I was so embarrassed. I walked out and my mom made me do that, bro. And that was probably one of the worst times, bro. Like trauma dumping right now. But I was just
Oh man,
double guessing myself. I'm like, well, it sounds so
I'll
bad.
take that compared to all the beatings that we used to get in our house. So.
Listen, bro. Yo, let me ask you something. Did you ever had to kneel on rice and look at the wall?
Oh no, dude, that's some Cold War
Bro,
stuff.
I'm just letting you know, bro.
No, I never had that bad.
Bro, I love my mom, but I gotta say it, I gotta say it. Bro, that was I don't know what I did. But bro, she put rice on the floor, bro, and I was kneeling looking at the wall, bro. And then I think about it, I'm like, bro, that's some torture, bro.
Right.
Like I was like 7 or 6, bro.
Oh, my mom used to beat us with whatever she find.
But bro,
So
but here's the thing to understand, bro. Like, I guess that's the way they were raised, right?
yeah,
So it's like I really can't be mad at her, bro, because that's the way she was raised.
yeah.
That's the best way she knew. You know what I'm saying? I love my mom's, and I'm never gonna like. No, I can't believe that. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not scarred for life, or
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna.
It's not that bad of a trauma.
Yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah. It's not something where I can't.
But it's enough that
can't-
we remember.
'Cause, bro, you're a kid. Like
Yeah.
you remember that stuff.
Yeah.
But a fun thing was when I was with my cousins, bro. We used to have like Street Fighter tournament, Super Nintendo. Bro, we used to talk so much crap with each other. Bro, like you be like, oh, that's all you got. Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Street Fighter. One of my cousins is like, yeah, bro. He was the one that he was the best at video games, bro. I think I beat him once or twice, bro. That was like my highlight of my summer.
Oh.
But yeah, Street
Yeah,
Fighter,
nah.
bro, in my house.
Yeah, now we used to play whatever. It didn't matter.
Was it Mortal
Madden.
Kombat? Because our main game was Super Street Fighter, but Mortal Kombat was a good game,
Yeah, that's one of my main games. But even like Madden and basketball doesn't matter.
Oh.
Like when we used to play with our cousins, and we'd just talk trash,
Bro, it's-
trash.
oh.
And then when you kept on losing, that's when you like start hitting the other controller. And then we always got into fist fights, like always, like
Oh, yeah?
off of that. We used to play basketball outside, and then one of my cousins had a nice basketball court, so we used to lower, because we were kids.
Yeah,
9,
you
10
can.
years old. So we used, like the tallest one start dunking, but then when we dunking, we just singing on there and talking trash, and then the other cousins start pushing each other. Then we just start fist fighting, and then our parents used to come out. We're bleeding, like faces already, like shirts
Bro.
are torn. Oh, and nobody ever snitch. No, we just playing basketball. So that's just the fighting of me and my cousins.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. Being the boys, we should be able to express yourself like that, bro. Like right now,
Kids now they don't do that.
they're too triggered, bro. Everything is like a trigger warning, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but
come on, man.
another thing was where we used to get beat in church. When we used to
In
be
church,
in
bro?
church, yeah. I remember because as a kid, the church I used to go to that I grew up in, our seats were like pews, wood pews.
Yes.
So no cushion. It's not like now when you go to church.
It's that cushion,
It's a
bro.
nice cushion. You know what I mean? Services are really short. Back then you were in church for 4 or 5 hours straight. You know what I mean? And so we sit in this
The whole
wood
Sunday
pew.
event, bro.
And your butt starts going numb, so you start like
Yeah,
sliding
dude.
down. So I used to always slide down, and my parents were like, sit up, and I used to fall asleep, and I used to get beat for falling asleep. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm like 5 years old. Like, what do you expect? Because back then they didn't have like on Sundays they didn't have during the service. Kids didn't go.
So
Like
like a
children's
kids ministry.
church,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
children's
kids'
church or anything like that. Like everybody sat in the
Yes.
same row, so we had to sit there for that long service and just get beat. And it wasn't me. Like you look across the whole church, every little kid's getting beat.
What kind of torture church is this? It's like a torture church. Bro, I don't know about you guys, but we had church like I think it was around 9, and then in the morning we would go to like kids church, and then we'd come back.
Like Sunday school.
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, first is Sunday school, and then we'd come back and get together,
Yeah.
and then it'll be a whole 2.5, 3 hour service after the morning, bro. It was like
But we used to
it's
do
like
that.
from 9 to like 2, bro. It was
We used to do
crazy.
that, and then we had to come back at night for a main service at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, every Sunday. And then during the week they were in church for
Yeah, I
4 or
never
5
saw
days.
football during that time because I didn't know. I'm like,
I was a kid.
you're never gonna watch football. Plus, during that time there was no like on demand or like replay,
No.
so you missed everything, bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, Sundays it wasn't for TV. Sunday
Nah.
was just church all day.
I think we used to get together Wednesdays and stuff, and some Fridays, but it's like,
Oh no, we used to get it was like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays. And then at some point it got to like we were in church almost every day.
bro, the worst for me was Vigilia. I don't know how you say that in English.
Vigils.
Vigils, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like 9 or 10. Like, I'll pray for like 20 minutes, and then I'm just like, bro, because I don't
All
have
the
nothing
time.
else to say, bro.
Yeah.
And bro, and it's so funny, right? Because like it's funny because you're like sleeping, and then you hear footsteps because somebody would always be like, "Santo, hermano." Yeah, and then and people would be like, "Oh, that boy is talking to Jesus." So
Yeah,
good."
he's so into it. I used to I'll be out drooling and everything. Nah.
Have you guys ever broke night like doing it?
Oh yeah.
I don't think we ever. I think we did like maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, but I don't. I don't think we did like the whole.
Dude, that's breaking night. 4
It
o'clock
is?
in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
mean,
I only saw no sun. Usually it's when I see a sun. No, nah, bro. But that was. I think for kids, bro, that's like very difficult. Like there should be other things because you. There's only so much you're gonna tell Jesus, bro. Like
Yeah.
he knows my heart, bro. He.
Now, a side note with that, I remember when my wife and I first started dating, her parents, I used to go down and visit them, visit my wife when we were courting. And I think it was like Tuesday nights or something like that. So I used to go down, and her dad had like prayer night in the house. So
In the house.
in the house. So like I'll have dinner, and it's prayer time. So for like an hour, right? So we used to read a couple of scriptures, and then he dimmed down the lights, and we were like in the living room, and everybody was praying. Dude, one time I was out. I mean, I was and I
Dude,
was snoring and
How old were
everything.
you?
We were dating, so I was probably
Oh,
like
okay.
19 years old, 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
So I was out, and then he came up to me, patted me on my back. He's like, "We're done praying for tonight." I was out for like an
Oh,
hour, dude. I was like,
dude,
I was out, dude.
it's difficult, bro. Especially
Yeah.
those videos. Like I can't.
Yeah,
And what about those retreats that you be outside in the tent, bro, with the hot drumming out there? Because I know you jumped out there in the
dude.
pure heat, bro.
Yeah, we used to have when we had those called them tent revivals.
That's what it's called,
Yeah, it
bro.
was
I was
summers.
trying-
It was usually at least 3 to 4 weeks, 7 days a week, every single day. So we were just services, a couple hours every single night. in
Now,
that
did you
heat.
guys got to get dressed up for that too?
Well,
Or you guys used to just have regular? Because
Nah,
you know
well,
how
no,
strict the churches could be, bro. Like if you
back
don't-
back then it was, you had to dress up slacks and button down shirt. It's not like now where you can go to church in sneakers and jeans and a
And
ripped
Crocs.
shirt. No, back then you had to, uniforms and all that stuff. So,
Yes, bro.
yeah, but it was good, some good times. But thinking back now, it was hot,
Dude.
in the middle of summer.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember those, out there, and then you could see like the old sweat on it, bro. Because this is like, that's so nice, bro. I remember those tent revivals, bro.
Yeah, there's some good times there, but pretty hot. Tiring,
Yeah, dude.
And then we used to have to, if you worked in any ministry, especially if you like in the music department, you were in charge of. There was a couple years that we had to set up all the equipment and take it down every single day. We had to put it back in church, because the church I went to was in Camden, so, they didn't have anybody like watching the tent, so the equipment had to be put away
Oh,
every
you guys
single
just
night.
Set up every day.
So, the drummer always had it the worst because he have everything on there.
Yeah, you
so
gotta-
that and the soundboard, of course, and the speakers and stuff like that. Then like, years later, then they started doing like they started doing a calendar, and there was usually a group of people, at least like 5 to 10 people would stay overnight. You know what I mean? It's there.
Wow.
I used to do it a lot too. So I was young. I had nothing else to do.
That's like
So-
your social life too, bro.
Yeah,
Like the
youth
kids.
ministry and stuff. So we used to stay. So played all night and then grab something to eat, come back, and then sleep over. To the next morning. So we used to like just break night.
Was that during the summer, right? Obviously, because
Yeah, it's
kids are
usually
out.
like in like August. So when the heat was at the
they decide always, bro, when it's the hottest.
yeah. So
That's insane,
But-
bro.
yeah, no, it's it was just all kinds of stuff, if that I remember, seeing all the kids getting beat, for in church or
Dude.
in school. No, the school
Bro,
one
is
was
that just like a Latino thing, bro? Because
it's a Latin.
I
thing
feel
there.
like, bro, like you guys love to beat kids, bro. Like I don't know what it is, bro.
I think like now if if we were to see parents beat their
Oh,
kids the
yeah,
way
nah.
our parents used, everybody be in jail.
that
Everybody
generation.
called they'll call DIFAs.
They call that.
So.
No, bro, because it's true, bro. Because I used to, yeah, man, we all got beat, man. It was just a thing.
But again,
man.
like I said earlier, like you talk to your parents about it, they're like, "Oh, not me. I don't remember that." Like, you
Yo.
sure it was me? I was like, "Yes, mom."
And you know what's the
And
funny?
sometimes like I still got marks.
Yo, and you know what's the funniest thing? My mom be like, I don't think about that. It's just, you know what she says to justify it, bro? She'd be like, and that's why you love Jesus now, right?
Right?
I'm like, bro,
Yeah, my mom be like, "Yeah."
I beat the Jesus. in you.
She'd be like, "Yeah, the man you became today." I was
Look at
like,
you, you're not
"No,
the
'cause I
man
was
now. I'm
afraid."
like, I could have done without some beatings. No, I mean, a little less beating.
Nah, but
Jesus would have followed, man. It's just,
yeah, no, my one of the things like where my dad was strict, like super strict. May he rest in peace. He was so strict. Like if we wanted to have snacks, we had to ask for permission. if we wanted to go outside just on the porch to play, we had to ask for permission. My dad was like super strict. Love him to death, but he was
Yeah.
that type of pops that you couldn't do anything.
Oh,
Like you had your 3 meals, and if you wanted to snack, you had to ask. It was like we had time. I remember when we first got our Nintendo, our first Nintendo.
ooh,
So
the first one.
yeah, back in the '80s,
Ooh, yeah,
but we had to
bro.
share it. So and at the
It,
time,
did you get the one with the Mario that came in the game?
yeah,
All right, because that's the one I
but that's
got.
the only game we had.
That and Duck Hunt, right?
That
Remember it
and
was a
Duck Hunt,
mix.
yeah.
Wow.
No, and then I remember at the beginning we only had one controller. So
Oh,
yeah,
so
so it was 5 kids in our house.
bro, real
Yeah.
quick, fun fact. Did you know that you can control the duck? All right.
Yeah.
Some people didn't know
Well,
that, bro.
I knew that later on, not at the time. I was only a couple years old when Nintendo came out. So I was
Okay.
learning. So my brothers used to play it more.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, we had to share. We had that. At that time we had 2 TVs in the house. I had the living room TV and then just that one TV from the Nintendo. Because back in the day, they always said like, oh, the Nintendos, those game systems messes up your TV.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. That was some crazy thing, bro. I remember
There was
people talking about that.
there was always some like theories of
So
what they call lifestyle. Like, oh no, if you play too long, it's gonna mess up. I think now thinking back, I was like, yeah, they said that because they wanted off the Nintendo.
exactly.
They
Because
want to be
once that
playing.
came on, bro, yo, that Mario Brothers, bro. I broke night playing that game, bro.
Yeah, because like it's not like now. You couldn't
Well,
just
you can
save and
save
come
it.
back. I save games all the time. I just save it and put it on rest mode.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
can.
mean?
Yeah, you
Nah,
can
back
save
there,
it now, bro.
once you turn it off, you have to start all over again.
For me, bro, it was that Ice World, bro. It used to always get me, bro. Because Mario would always slip and just fall and die, bro. Like, but no, I remember that game, bro. That game was wow. I still remember, bro. The first time I got that game, though, like I didn't think I was gonna get it, and then my dad was like, "Look under the, look under the pillow." I was like, "Yes, I got it!" I got so excited, man.
Did you
When
guys
it was
ever
in.
do? This is what me and my brothers used to do around Christmas time.
Mhm.
So we used to get like we ask for video games and stuff like that. This is after we had the Nintendo. So every year, video games came out, so we asked for them, and whatever toys it was. So my parents used to usually around Christmas. They used to always go out. This is like a week before Christmas or a couple of nights before Christmas. We used to go underneath the tree. We used to pull out the games and we used to open them,
Bro,
and we used to take the game out, and then we would play, and then we had to look up because my parents always came the same route home. And where we used to live at, there was our street, there was like old train tracks, and another street. So they used to come that way. You know what I mean? So you could see, you could tell the cars. It's not like now, there's so many cars, but
yeah.
even back then, you knew your parents' car.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You could tell, coming. So anytime through the window we see a light, hey, they're coming. So we should turn it off, had to pack it back. You know what I mean? And we put it right back on the tree. Or if it was in video games,
Oh, you guys really
we used to
good.
just to see what we were gonna get, and then act all surprised on Christmas morning, but we already knew what we were gonna get.
Yo, I never did that, bro. That's new, bro. I never heard that.
Yeah,
That's slick, man.
we should take the tape really, slowly
What?
pull the video game because you kind of know what the size of a video game is.
Oh, because it was
Back then,
the cartridge.
the
right?
cartridge. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
kind of. It's not like now, like you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, yeah.
Like things come in all different shapes.
Mhm.
You know,
Now you could
Um,
get digital now.
but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
no, but back then, like you knew,
Mhm.
because back then, if you asked for something, you weren't getting that much anyways. Like I said in
Yeah.
previous video, I got a
No,
toy
it's
or
true.
two or whatever. It wasn't like I got. It's not like what our kids get now.
Bro.
They get.
I look at these
Yeah.
pictures back in the day when my kids, like on trees, that whole bottom of the tree was just filled up with toys. So yeah. So now the kids got a
No,
lot.
back then you could count how many gifts. 5 kids, you could count how many everybody. We probably got 2. Gifts, maybe 3,
Yeah.
and usually one was a toy. Everything else was like socks and
Oh,
clothes and
tube
underwear.
socks.
Yeah. So, but
But talk about toys. It reminds me of Toys R Us, bro. Well, yo, one of my cousins, bro, she used to take me there, bro, and that's when I used to be into WWF. It used to be WWF that time,
Yeah.
bro. She bought me the ring, and I had Hulk Hogan, and I don't know if it was Undertaker, bro. That was one of the best Christmas. I used to play. I used to, you go like against the ropes and you like hit each other. I remember Toys R Us, bro. I
yeah,
used to go
there was like in the '80s. It was I guess my parents had a good year financially because we got a lot of toys that year. And back in the '80s, I was huge into GI Joe.
Oh,
So they got me the I don't know if it wasn't like the submarine, but it was like the battleship that
Mm-hmm.
they had back in the '80s. So I got that, and then they got me like 10 GI Joes, And
10?
yeah, dude. I mean, that's a lot. Like now it's
Bro, I
nothing.
remember when those
Yeah.
GI Joes came
Yeah.
out, bro.
And I remember, and then after that, like every so often, my dad used to take us Toys R Us, go straight down the aisle, get a GI Joe, started
Toys R
collecting
Us,
them.
bro.
I got a little older. I was always that little annoying kid in the block. So my neighbor, about 10 years older, one day he took like 10 of my GI Joes. And remember the GI
No.
Joes back? You know
Yeah,
they
it
had
had
that
the
rubber
string,
band,
right?
that rubber
That
band
you
in the
could
middle.
rip it off.
So he just started ripping them
He
off, and you
ripped
can't
off your
fix that.
G.I. Joes, bro.
I was
That's
so mad.
evil,
Dude.
man.
Yeah, ripped all my GI Joes.
What you did to him, bro?
Nothing. He was like 10 years older than me. I was like probably like 6 years old. I was
Oh,
annoying
okay.
too. Yeah, still
You
am,
probably
but
did some stuff,
you know.
bro.
Yeah, that's what we were into back then. The WWF, like stuff like that. There was a time we weren't allowed to watch anything like that because of church.
Oh yeah,
You know,
bro.
my parents, my dad grew up like very strict Pentecostal, that everything was a sin and everything was bad. So which is crazy because I say that because like wrestling was bad. And I still remember to this day. Me and my wife talk about it all the time. We joke about it. My mom was like, "Oh, you can't watch. Remember Smurfs?"
Yo, I
Yeah.
heard about
Yeah,
that.
she
They
was
get
like,
some type of
yeah, it was like,
evil
oh, it's
stuff.
demon possessed and everything. But yet we used to watch at night on HBO. Remember Tales from the Crypt
Oh, with the with the
with the
Crypt Keeper?
skeleton? Yeah, we used to watch that, but yet we couldn't watch Smurfs. I'm like, this make no sense. You know.
Bro, talking about that. So my mom, she wouldn't let me go to like the movie theater because she was like, "No, we don't go to movie theaters. That's where the sinners are." I'm like, "Ma, Jesus hung out with prostitutes." What are you talking about?" It's just hilarious. But it was like, it's so weird, man, because they try their best, but it's just like
Yeah.
when you're older now, you're like, "Wait a minute, I can't go to the movie theater. I'm around sinners everywhere, ma.
Yeah,
Jesus
at
went
work,
to
everywhere.
Jesus went to sinners. Like, what are we?
Yeah.
It's fine, bro. Like,
It's just what they were taught.
yeah, yeah. No, it's chill, man. It's just funny to you think about it now. You're like, what, man? It's fine, man.
Yeah. It's we have those conversations, and it always goes back like, I don't remember that.
Yo, they don't remember nothing,
Yeah.
man.
No, the funny thing is once you have kids and you start disciplining your kids, and then your parents
Oh
be like,
yeah, they
"Oh,
were
you shouldn't beat them like that." Which I'm like you used to whip me. I remember my mom hit us with anything she found,
Oh,
extension cords, frying pans. I mean, anything, whatever was around, that's what she hit us with in our house. I love my mom. But
I think the worst was like a. Can I say chancleta in English, bro?
yeah, sandal.
Like a sandal, and like, bro, that I don't know about those strings, bro. That you must have hurt you, man.
Dude, we used to. I mean, I used to whip.
Bro, no, listen.
No, but and Hispanic moms, there's a lot of videos out there making fun of it, but they had good aim with that that,
Oh,
that
yeah, the
sandal.
chocolate, they got accuracy. Freaking if they were video game, it would be like accuracy 99, yo.
I mean, it'd be 20 feet away and they're hitting you, even if you're zigzagging.
Was it that brown chocolate that everybody had
Yeah,
back in the
dude,
day, yo?
yeah. That one from the island? Yeah. That thing that was real leather. Yeah,
Yo.
and that thing hurt.
Especially if it's wet too, boy. That's extra. That's extra damage.
Nah, she. But yeah, like I remember when my son especially, because my oldest, he went through that stage. First couple years just couldn't stay still.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
We tried the timeout. We try everything. So sometimes I just had to, a couple little spankings. And my mom was like, why you spanking him like that? And everything was a problem. Like you guys shouldn't be hitting your kid. You discipline. I was like, wait a minute.
Funny
I
how
was
you
like,
forget.
Yeah, I was like, you used to straight up abuse us. I was like,
If I had a video, man, you'd be locked up, bro.
yeah. Nah, but my mom, it was funny because my mom was, she was very strict. She was very, how can I say? She took the time and she knew how to punish you.
Oh.
Yeah. So whichever kid she knew, like she didn't beat us the same. She beat us differently according to each kid. But in my family, my mom's side of the family, it's a big family. So a lot of my aunts, when their kids, got to that teenage and started going to that rebellious stage,
Uh-oh.
she used to send them, like my aunts used to send their kids to my mom. Because my mom, she wouldn't beat them because that's her nephews and nieces. But she will sit you down and she will lecture you, dude, for like 2 hours. 2 hours. And every single one of my cousins always came out crying.
I wonder what she told them, bro.
I don't know what. I mean, she used to lecture us. It was like, just please beat us. So she used to beat us, lecture us. Then we got punched, go to our room. And then when my dad came, you hear him, downstairs talking. He'll come up and beat us again. So, yeah. So from my mom, we
It's
got
like
everything.
a tag team, bro.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
like,
Dude, but it was funny. I
Check
remember
it.
one time one of my cousins, my mom was probably like halfway through her lecture. He had to use the bathroom. He was like, Titi, can I use the bathroom? Sure. Right? A couple minutes later, I guess I don't know if he took longer or whatever. He came back. My mom started all over again.
Oh no!
Every single one of my cousins, I used to remember they used to just cry from the lecture. You know what I mean? Because she knew how to dig deep and make you cry. Make
No,
you feel
listen.
bad for what you did to your parents. So,
Yo, I can imagine, man. Thank you guys for joining us on our first podcast.
please stay tuned for new episodes. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time.